Hi, my friends, and welcome to Story Time for the week of April 18th, 2021. I'm Miss April, the youth librarian at Janaden Hutton Public Library, and today we're going to talk about butterflies. Yeah, butterflies. Last week we talked about caterpillars, which turn into butterflies, and today we're going to talk about butterflies. So I have for you two songs about spring and a really cool nonfiction book about the monarch butterfly and a little butterfly craft to do today. Isn't that cute? Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. If you're ready, let's sing our spring song. The sun is shining bright. The sun is shining bright. Oh, how I love the warmth. The sun is shining bright. The rain is falling down. The rain is falling down. Oh, how I love the sound. The rain is falling down. And then the flowers start to bloom. The flowers start to bloom. Oh, how I love the sight. The flowers start to bloom. Yeah. Are you ready for our book, The Monarch Butterfly? We're going to talk about the life cycles of the monarch butterfly. All right, let me turn my camera so you can see the pictures a little better. Can you see those? Orange and black wings flutter over fields on sunny summer days. They are the bright wings of monarch butterflies. A monarch flies from flower to flower, stopping to rest, but only for a moment. Stopping on a milkweed plant, the monarch lays an egg. The egg is about the size of a pencil point, and it sparkles in the sunlight like a tiny jewel. The egg is the first stage in the life cycle of the monarch butterfly. So, a monarch butterfly starts out as an egg. After a few days, the egg looks darker. The head of the caterpillar is pushing through its thin shell. The caterpillar, called a larva, will crawl out of the egg and onto the milkweed plant. The larva is the second stage in the life cycle of a butterfly. So we have an egg, and then it's coming out of the egg, a larva. A caterpillar begins eating as soon as it hatches. The first thing it eats is the eggshell it just got out of. Yeah, it eats its own shell. After that, the monarch caterpillar eats only one thing: milkweed leaves. A caterpillar eats until it grows too big for its skin. Then it must molt. Do you know what molting means? Let's see if we can learn from our book. The caterpillar leaves its old skin behind and crawls away in a new skin. Yeah, when a caterpillar molts, it sheds its skin and it has a new skin underneath. Over the next 2 weeks, the caterpillar will molt 4 to 5 more times. It just eats and eats and eats and grows and grows and grows. Then something amazing happens. The caterpillar stops crawling. It even stops eating. Instead, it attaches itself to a leaf or a twig and hangs upside down by its hind legs. Its skin splits and slides upward. Underneath is a hard casing. The caterpillar is now a chrysalis or pupa, which is the next stage in the life cycle of a butterfly. So we have an egg, a larva caterpillar, and then a chrysalis or pupa. At first, the chrysalis is pale green with gold dots, but the casing slowly becomes clear. Inside, there it is, the clear casing. Inside, you can see the caterpillar has changed. It is turning into a butterfly. See the wings? Amazing. Finally, the chrysalis splits open and the new butterfly crawls out. Its wings are damp and crumpled, but they straighten as they slowly fill with blood. The butterfly sits quietly for a few hours while its wings dry and stiffen. And then guess what? It flies off! There it is, crawling out of its chrysalis. Amazing. Trying to turn my page. It's not working very well. Like all monarchs, this butterfly visits milkweed flowers to feed on nectar. It has gone through all 4 stages of the life cycle: egg, larva, pupa, and adult in about 1 month. The changes it has been through are called metamorphosis. This monarch is a female butterfly. Now she will lay her eggs on the leaves of a milkweed plant, and the life cycles of more monarch butterflies begin. Can you put these steps in the life cycle of a monarch butterfly in order? Do you remember? Well, they first start out as an egg, and then they leave the egg as a larva caterpillar, and then they enter a chrysalis. They become a chrysalis. They are a part of the chrysalis, not just inside it. And then it becomes clear, and you can see the butterfly is changing. And then they crawl out of their chrysalis, and then they fly around, and we get to enjoy them. There's the life cycle of a monarch butterfly. You did it. You put them in order. Good job. All right, I have one more song for you before we do our craft today. There is a time when flowers bloom and grass turns green all over. It is happening. It is happening. It is happening. Oh, spring is happening. There is a time when birdies sing and children play outside. It is happening. It is happening. It is happening. Oh, spring is happening. Do you want to sing that with me? Not the whole song, but just the "it is happening." One more time. It is happening. It is happening. It is happening. Oh, spring is happening. Good. Are you ready to make a butterfly with me? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Let's see what I brought in my basket to make our butterfly with. Let's see. I have a toilet paper tube. I have some glue for its eyes. I have a glue stick for the paper I'm going to use. I have scissors because we'll have to cut the paper. I have a pencil to trace a little bit with and to draw wings with. I have 2 little googly eyes, if you want to call them that. I have a scrap of green for antenna. I have a fun little paper for wings. And I have an orange paper for the body of my butterfly. So, tilt my screen down so you can see what I'm doing. We shall get started. I'm just going to take my toilet paper tube and I'm going to mark it. And then I'm going to do it in the middle. And then at the end. And that'll help give me a little bit of a guide to cut with. Okay, so I have marked 3 spots on my paper to cut. I don't believe I'll need the entire piece of paper to wrap around. And then I'm cutting and I'm just trying to follow those 3 little guidelines. And then I can figure out how much of this paper I will need. I want a little bit extra. Yeah. So I can snip it off after I have it all the way around. And I don't need that. All right, now I'm going to take my glue stick and just put it all over this little piece of orange paper. Make sure that I get the edges really good. All right, I've got it all over the page. You can see it from home, I'm sure, because I used a purple glue stick today. I like the purple glue sticks. It's almost like coloring. You can see where you've been. Now I just put my toilet paper tube on top of my orange paper, and I'm gonna just roll it up. I can line it up. Get it lined up. Struggling with that today. All right, I'm going to put just a little bit more glue right here so that it seals. And now my toilet paper tube is covered. Now would be a good time to make our wings. I'm going to just snip this off a little bit because I don't need this little edge. I'm going to fold my colored paper inward so that it's white. Then I'm going to draw what I believe one butterfly wing looks like. Yep. Actually, I'm going to mark this so I know how big my butterfly is. And it's okay if I make a mistake, because that's not the side. See my mistake? I made one. That's not the side I'm gonna look at. Now, after I draw what I believe one butterfly wing looks like, I shall cut it out. And hope for the best. What do you think? Are those a set of butterfly wings? You see what I did there? I cut off the paper after I had folded it so that I have 2 butterfly wings. And then I'm going to put them on my butterfly using, excuse me, my glue stick. So I'm just going to color down the center with my purple glue stick. And then put the seam and now I have the body and the wings of my butterfly. Couple things left to do. I'm going to snip off a thin slip of my green page, and I don't need the rest of it. Then I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to take my scissors and shape what I think is the shape of antenna. Which is just a little rounded. And that gives me 2 because I folded it. And I'm going to cut that fold. And then I'm going to put some glue on the flat end of both of these. And I'm going to tuck them in here behind my wings. In between my wings and my butterfly body. One. Do you see me tucking it in there? And there's the other. What do you think? And now we just need eyes. I'm done with my glue stick because we can't really use a glue stick for eyes. It's a little difficult. So I have some regular glue here and my 2 little Google eyes. I don't need my scissors anymore either. And putting some glue on both of those eyes. And then I'm going to put them on my butterfly. One. Here's the other, and you know what? This one does not have a mouth, but if you want to draw a mouth on your butterfly, you can. It's your artwork, so I'm going to give this one a little smiley mouth. Because it's a happy butterfly. Do you see its little smiley mouth? And there we have them. 2 little butterflies. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you will watch again next week when we continue talking about spring. I think it's going to rain a little this week, so I think we're going to talk about puddles next week. And we'll have a new book, and we'll sing our spring songs again, and we'll have a new craft. I am so glad you joined me today. Again, I'm Miss April at Janaden-Hutton Public Library. If you make the craft with me today, I'd love to see it. You can email it to me at april@janadenlibrary.org or share it to our Facebook page, or you can bring it here to the library and show it to me. I hope you'll join me next week. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.